What's up YouTube, Demi here with a little bit of a rant video. I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this because every time I make a video that's talking negatively about a league, people are like, fuck off Demi, you just play standard. But I want to talk about the synthesis mechanic and like what I think the issue is with it. I feel like it's mostly just over-designed, I should say. It takes a long ass time to get anywhere with the memory nexus. Like running fragments does not feel good. I've been getting kicked out of memories before I have a chance to do anything. I've getting like dead end fragments right at the beginning. I can't do anything or I get kicked out. Like it's just not super interesting. And it doesn't feel like there's really a reward for it. Like you can set it up, you can get all these bosses set up. The bosses are relatively common from what I've been told, but they don't always drop loot. And setting everything up, even with like a fully rewarded, maxed out path, you're not gonna get much loot. You get more loot from running maps. All of the like big studies I've seen, like I think Grimro did a 200 something study. He got like this 2C a map basically, and it took him like 7 hours to set up. Like you can run maps and with a shitty MF build and make more than that. It just doesn't feel like it's quite rewarding enough for the amount of time that it takes to do it. Like I'm enjoying the game still, which is why like I spent today playing standard because there's so much new stuff to do in standard that was added to the core game. Like Betrayal is core, the Syndicate is core again, like all the new spells, the new Atlas. All of that stuff is in standard to be played with, and you have access to every item in the game. You don't have to do with Kvass. You have everything else. Like I don't think this league mechanic has been fleshed out quite enough, and I've been hearing tons and tons of things about bugs. I understand the mechanic. Like there's a bunch of like spreadsheets and Reddit posts about how to get things to work. When you sit down and you actually look at the corrupted mods and the synthesis mods that are available, like this is ridiculous. This is just from this league. Like, do you have any idea how long it would take me to memorize this? I have the majority of the crafts of this game memorized, but like what in the hell am I supposed to do with this much information? And all of them, like I've looked at the majority of these for items that are really good, like these mods that are actually good, the new implicits that are actually good, and there's a few, but it's mostly for like ES gear. ES gear you can get % ES, flat ES implicits, and that case allows you to craft higher ES than normal. Like you can come close to standard level ES gear in League right now. Like there's 1007 ES Regalia, there's a 500 ES Hubris. I'm sure there's gonna be a 600 ES Shield soon. But like, I already have those in standard. I'm not gonna spend the entire league trying to snipe fragmented items from a bunch of other players to get the ability to potentially maybe make an implicit item that I can then potentially craft on. It's a lot of ifs, and it just doesn't really feel like I want to do that. So I've actually been playing standard, as I said earlier, and it feels a lot more rewarding. I have time to set up my syndicate. I've been running my syndicate for Hillock quality and white sockets on Varici. I filled out my Atlas in 3 maps. I want to get this out here because like a lot of people think that playing standard is a meme. It's not. Like 30% of the player base plays standard, and you get a bunch of benefits for it. Like I filled out my entire standard Atlas by running 3 legacy maps. If you run a Corrupt Rare T15, you get about 110. You then run a Corrupt T16 Guardian. Or sorry, Corrupt T16 Guardian, one of the old ones, legacy maps. It'll give you the rest of it. You get to keep all of the unique maps this league. They fixed that. You don't lose the unique maps anymore. And then all you need to do is get a Vault Temple map, which is really easy because there's a div card for it. Like you can just use the Vault Temple div card, which I don't remember what it's called, but it's fairly common to get a new Vol Temple, because I ran an old one and it didn't work. But the new ones, you just turn in this div card set, Lingering Remnants, and you're good to go. You get your full Atlas, and then you can Elder Orb, Shaper Orb. Xana will have all of your Shaper and Elder Orbs if you have them. Like, they'll be sitting there. And then you can start running, and we have Betrayal, we have Syndicate, which I did earlier. I lost my daily. We got Delve, we got Xana, we have Incursion, we have Bestiary. Or I did that backwards. Bestiary and Incursion. Like, all that stuff is in standard. You can still Delve. You can still do prophecies, like you can do all of that stuff without having to deal with the Kvass mechanic. And when I was leveling my Bane character from 1 to 80, I noticed that looking back at the VOD when I was editing the videos, I was purposely avoiding the League mechanic because it just wasn't worth running. Like if you look at it in maps, it's more or less just like a little bit of extra packs, a little bit extra loot, which is what the majority of the player base is doing right now. They're either avoiding it entirely or using it as a little bit of extra pack size bonus for their maps. It doesn't really feel like a league mechanic. It feels like you need to study spreadsheets to learn what the hell you're doing. This is just absurd. Like I don't really know what to say about other than that. Like a lot of these implicits are just not worth rolling for. And the way that you get these is you have to get a rare item with those stats that you want to convert into it. Like if you get 3 quivers that have a % chance to gain a frenzy charge or hit a rare unique enemy, which is an incredibly rare veiled mod, then you have a decent chance of getting a quiver that has 5% attack speed and frenzy charge on kill implicit on a base, like an item level base of your choice, on a base of your choice. Like that's not worth the amount of time it would take to do that. And you can't get a Shaper version, you can't get an Elder version. So as a crafter, looking at all of this stuff, I'm not really interested in any of it. It's like, yeah, they're kind of cool, but like, I'm not going to spend all of this time crafting 3 Abyssal Jewels trying to get 10% Fizz damage when you have Unholy Might. I don't know. I'd rather just spend time in Standard updating my mirror items. Like this has a white socket now. I've been working on getting 3 white sockets. I 28 quality Painbane. I'm working on getting everything else set up, running things for enchants. Like, I don't know. I have so much stuff to do that feels so much more rewarding to me than playing the league right now. And hopefully GGG continues working on the league. I mean, this patch this last Friday was pretty huge, and they've like made a lot of progress for it, but at the same time, there's just so much other things to do in the game now that are part of the core game that I don't feel like I need to play League right now. Like if I'm purposely avoiding the League mechanic, all I'm doing is starting over in a new league with nothing and working towards something that I don't care about. For me personally, I enjoy playing Standard. I enjoy my long-term projects. I've been spending all of my exalts working on Painbane. Like I think I'm at, I don't even know, 10 or 11,000 exalts sunken into that axe, just trying to get it done. And so all of my time is spent making currency and dumping it into that axe, and that feels super rewarding to me, being able to say I crafted all my own items, which I'm only able to do in Standard. In League, I can make a new character, I can level it to 80, 90, 95, whatever in like a couple days, but then what do? I don't know. Like I only want to play this league to get the challenges done, which is not a good reason to play the league for me. If you're enjoying the league, good, all the power to you. If you're not enjoying the league, I'm just saying there's an option. You can come to Standard, you can participate with us. There's plenty of people playing it. A lot of people don't like this league, so even more people are playing Standard than usual, especially at the beginning of the league. Standard's usually pretty dead at the beginning of the league, but this league and any other league that's like kind of not good right away, people come back to Standard and make builds, because you have all the new skills, you have all that stuff. You can theory craft your heart out in Standard without any problems. And then if you want to go back to the league once GGG finished patching it and bug fixing everything, go for it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play Standard for a little bit, and if they don't fix it enough by the time I like how should I say this, in like the next 2 weeks or so. It's been a week-ish, week and a half since league started. If they don't fix it in the next 2 to 3 weeks, I'm probably not going to go back to this league. If they do fix it enough to a point where I want to participate in them again, then I'll go back and get my 36 challenges like I normally do and continue getting my totem pulls. Because I do like collecting these. They are pretty cool. Like I have one for basically every league I played so far, except for my very first league, because the challenges back in Warband's league were like reach level 90 on 8 ascendancies or 8 classes. It was just like ridiculous challenges that a new player could never do. I didn't even get one done that league. But the new ones, like, they're pretty cool to get. And long term, I'd like to have them, but short term, this league feels bad. And until GGG fixes it, I'm gonna step aside and go back to grinding in Standard. Is there anything else I wanted to say? I don't know. I feel like that's it. It's not a, like, there is nothing wrong with playing Standard. If anybody ever lords the fact over you that they play SSF or Hardcore, or they race in leagues, or they play a private league, or they play Standard, tell them to fuck off. We're all playing the same game. We're all playing Path of Exile. We're all trying to have fun. We all love GGG. We all love Path of Exile. It's just, some leagues don't feel very good. And I know a lot of people are frustrated with that, and I know a lot of people want to have fun with the game, but they don't feel like they're having fun in League. So here's an option. Come back to Standard. Enjoy the leagues of stuff that you have sitting in your stash to play with. And I know it can be a bitch to clean out the stash and like get a map tab figured out and all that other stuff. But once you do that, you set all that stuff for sale, you dump sale it, you'll have like a bunch of exalts to theory craft with and make an insane build for whatever you want to do. Like my 15 million Divine Ire hit, I was only able to do that in Standard because of the access to Legacy gear that I have. And that's really fun. Being able to like grab a bunch of stuff from leagues ago, put it on a character with a new skill tree, new ascendancy, all that stuff, and just delete the fucking game. It feels so cool. So, I don't know. That's all I have to say about it. Hopefully this league gets a little bit better. If you have any thoughts on it that I didn't mention, or like you want to weigh in on this conversation that the player base is having with GGG, please do. But I don't know. This is insane, and it's just not worth. Like, why would I ever get? I could get 1 to 2 extra flat fizz implicit on a weapon. Ooh, it even goes up to 7. This is actually pretty good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. On anything that doesn't have an implicit, this is pretty powerful. Like axes and maces, basically. But other than that, there's not many things that benefit from this. And even then, it can't be Shaper and it can't be Elder, so it's like 99% of the slots for me are going to be Shaper or Elder, except for ES gear, which is the only thing that people are crafting at the moment. But yeah, that'll end my little rant. I'm sure I'm going to get flack for this, I always do, but I just wanted to throw my opinion out into the void and let people know that it's okay to do Standard. I'm the only person who streams Standard. I'm one of the only people that makes Standard YouTube videos, so I feel like I need to be the one saying something about it. It's a good league. Come have fun with us. Other than that, I'll stop ranting, and that'll be Demi out. New merch in the description. Yeet.